Matias Gustavo di Stefano. That is a mouthful. And yeah, so where do I start? And oh my God, uh, haters don't hate. So initially, just my initial feeling many years ago, I guess when he first came on this scene, someone was like, "Oh, you got Matias. You got to watch Matias, Matias, Matias." Everybody loves Matias, and of course, I understand why. He is a sweetheart. He definitely is. But there is some stuff going on, as we know about the metaphysical community. It's highly manipulated. There is when we have beautiful, charismatic influencers, there's going to be some hidden things underneath that some of us pick up on. And that was me initially years ago. I tried to listen and like immediately I was like, nope, nope, nope. And very different feeling from other people that I have talked to, other people's videos that I have done. This was like, okay, maybe it's the fact that the you trying to speak English, using English not being his first language, it's bothering me. But no, there was like I hear all these words and they're like hitting me, and I'm like, I can't even think. There's something off here, and I had to get away from it. So once again, I tried to, with openness to see. Same thing happened. It's a big nope, nope, I can't. It's too confusing. There's something inauthentic about the expression. Okay. And when I say inauthentic, this doesn't mean that they're a bad person, that I'm demonizing them or what they're doing. I'm not saying anything is wrong with them, that they're not being deceitful. They're being deceitful to themselves and they don't even know it. And this is why I think I'm going to call him the lost boy, because actually this is quite sad. Yeah. God, where do I begin? I think I'm going to begin somewhere near the end. So, right up front, as I talked about the New Age community, the infiltration, and I just said earlier, when you have very charismatic leaders, there's going to be some infiltration. And once again, I got that someone else has curated his life path. Yes. Is it family? Is it one of those situations where it's family? And I got to know. And here's where it's relevant because when I look at his soul contract via his birth name, right up front in the physical, it says it's the same thing as Joe Dispenza. This is a big initiatory lifetime or testing lifetime that says you're going to experience some hardship, maybe some long duration hardship that's going to test your strength and your ability to follow your own path carved out by you and not somebody else. Okay. Um, and unfortunately, his ability to follow his own path is being hindered by artificial means, if that makes sense. Even though what he's doing out into the world may appear like he's following and carved out his own path, I don't feel like he has. And this is very sad. Okay, so what I got was it's not the family that has curated his life. It's once again some CIA mind control, non-physical group. Yes. Was he chosen because he is gifted? Yes. Spiritually gifted? Not, no, I gotta know. But his charisma, he's very charismatic. Yes. Yeah. Are his memories of his lifetime true? No. Have they been implanted? Yes. Is he aware? No. He sincerely, truly believes this? Yes. However, does his consciousness know he is out of alignment with his inner truth? Sorry. Does his consciousness know that he is out of alignment? No. This is this okay. So this is the sad part. It this could I could be completely wrong with this story, but this is what I got. So I'm sharing it. I'm not saying this is true, but this is what I got in trying to understand why I feel a big no. Something's out of harmony. Something doesn't feel right. I can't even listen to the words coming out of this beautiful young man's. Something's off. Okay? That's what I got. Now, and when I was tuning in, I immediately got a lump in my throat. So that again is telling me on the left side, expression is out of alignment. And I heard storytelling. Um, and then I saw this like wry, like a wry Cheshire cat smile. And not much energy, nothing behind the smile. I feel nothing. What's happening? Something's being curated, something's been hijacked, the authentic self. And when I look at the core wound that's represented in the soul contract based on his birth name, this is exactly the karmic condition he's experiencing. This is the unconscious part. He's probably not even aware because there's this artificial manipulation. And what I'm getting is it's the karmic aids. Anybody who's familiar with this system will know this is a very, very difficult karma, has many different levels to it. But what I'm feeling is at his level, he has no access to his own beingness, which I know sounds impossible, but it's the grounding of his beingness into the physical body that isn't happening. And so his consciousness. And I know, again, this sounds impossible. How can somebody not have access to their consciousness? This can happen. Or I'm not using the right words, but just it's like the beingness isn't, you can't quite get to it, unable to access inner truth, can't hear what inner truth, my true soul essence is able wants to do. Okay. And I think that that was artificially done as well as part of this soul contract. So that's very sad. And that explains why his consciousness doesn't know that he's out of alignment because it's not embodied. And when something isn't embodied and you rely and the body relies on the senses to give you information and the consciousness, anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'm going to try not to make this too long. What I will say, um, he has taken on what I call the hero's image. If anyone is familiar with the Enneagram 8, like the hero in action. I'm here to help as many people as possible. Like this is the story that is and the image that's been imprinted on this young man. Not that he wouldn't want to do that anyway. He does have a lovely soul. You can feel the loveliness of him, okay? But what's happening, there's this conflict like with many of these conflict, inner truth, what I'm doing. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on, as is always going on in all of us on this journey. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Um, I want to make sure that I asked, am I able to do this reading? Am I clear enough? And I got a yes. And I definitely asked, is my distrust or discomfort, is that coming from me? And I got a no. So I just want you to know that I check, am I wrong? Is it coming from me? What do we need to know? What do I need to know? What do people need to know who are feeling this discomfort? Now, obviously, this video is not for the people that don't feel the discomfort. It's for us that do. What we need to know is hexagram 29 or gene key 29. And it's called the abyss. And it's a danger. It's a warning. It's also called half-heartedness. And that's what I was picking up. Like when soul isn't fully embodied, consciousness isn't fully embodied, there's a half-heartedness. The heart, which is obviously connected to the soul, and it tells you what you're truly here, although it has layers of desires wrapped around it. um, he can't quite figure it out. He can't quite hear the soul calling because it's half-hearted. And there's an abyss. He's in an abyss. And that's what the karmic eights are telling me. He can't access his true beingness, his consciousness. There's like a void. And that's what I was feeling. Also, there something's not there. Something's not there. Sorry, I hope I'm making sense. And what I did feel, let's see, description of the void, blah, blah, blah. The abyss, yes, danger, half-heartedness. What I also felt was fear. This is unconscious to, oh, there it is. When this happens, if you're new, when when I start like getting into the mode and I'm hitting truth, I start to cry because it hits me right in the throat and the thymus. There is an abundance of fear that is in his unconscious, and the fears are motivating Matias. Yes. Um, and what's happening is he has been placed, whether artificially or from his own karmic condition, I think artificially, this inability to feel his own beingness. What it's created is a trap. He's trapped in a rock and a hard place, and it's creating fear. If I go this way and follow what I truly want, I've got fear. If I do this, I've got fear. He's stuck. And you can, I feel it is so full of fear. And I asked, yeah, is he running from these fears? Yeah, he's running because no matter which way he tries to go, not consciously, right? It's harmful and dangerous. It feels like the abyss. And the karmic eights, they it does feel like I'm gonna be totally destroyed no matter if I follow my inner truth, if I feel my own beingness, I'm gonna be destroyed. Of course, what's being destroyed is the ego and the false self, but the eight doesn't know that in the karmic condition. Okay. Is he denying his own inner truth? Yes. Would he rather be doing something else? Yes. I think he can feel, I'm not even sure if he can feel it, but something I feel it. Other people feel it. Maybe that's what I think that's what we're feeling. Okay. Inability to listen. Um, inability to his expression is inauthentic. Yes. And this is a danger for his life path. That's what that hexagram was talking about. You are following a path that is not in accordance with your true beingness. But when your beingness has been hijacked, what are you going to do? This is the abyss. Um, his communication or ability to follow inner truth has been tested this lifetime. Yes. Okay. Um, and once again, also maybe why, oh no, I feel that no, is that just like with every new age metaphysical teacher, the teachings are filled with half truths. We know that this is going to be a common theme for every new age teacher that we look into. Particularly, oh, the earth is moving into 5D. We're on the ascension path. It's the words that we choose, that they're choosing, that do not accurately describe what is going on. That is deceiving energy, and it's creating this kind of hopium energy. And yes, the earth is expanding, but I think what I got was um, um, uh, we're not, the earth isn't moving into 5D. Now I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but it is moving higher up in density within the 3D. But we are not here to talk about that, and it doesn't matter. Um, Someone else, okay, so I've already told you this, that he was chosen, he's being manipulated. He is truly, truly sincere and believes what he's doing. He's taken on that, or he's been given this hero in action, this uh, magnanimous heart. Okay. He's like, and loving. Absolutely. He sees everybody as equal. We're all in this together. He is a very loving being, energy, personality. Okay. So he's taken on this role, but I'm not sure he actually wants it. I don't even know if he knows. Okay. Um, the people. who feel drawn to him. I think there's something in that story that his story, his energy makes them feel safe if they're feeling lost, or this great charismatic loving connects well with people kind of energy kind of appeases their own fears. Okay. Yes, satisfies their own fear. Yes. Is there conscious manipulation by the reptilian force? And I got such a strong yes here. Sorry, I'm going to cry again. That my hand started shaking. Like, yes, yes, strong manipulation by the reptilian force. This is different. I said, is this the same situation as EA, which I said I would never go back to? And I got a no. This is it's a different type of manipulation. Yeah, but okay, let's move on. When I checked in chakras just to kind of get just to feel, just to feel for what's going on. So base chakra, I got chili peppers, hot, hot, hot. And what that tells me, base chakra, this person is strong, vital force, a very passionate, passionate energy, passionate for life. Even though this karmic eight, it's very interesting dynamic, but it's because of this hero's image taken on, and this essence of he has a very loving personality, wants to go out and help the world. He has a passion for it. Okay. Um, yeah, the sacral interpersonal relations. Actually, I got the cheesecake again and some ice cream, soft serve ice cream. So very good at relating with people. He has a nice emotional constitution with people, and that will come into his greatest gift to others. The sight, which is what did I see? Solar plexus. Solar plexus relates to what are we doing out in the world? Are we following our true self, our inner truth? And again, I saw black abyss. Okay, so there we go. When I went to touch him, representing the heart, that was it's like half and halfness, and half of it shut down or blocked or something. And I thought, oh, and I don't normally ask these questions, but it just came to me to ask. And I said, is there an implant there? And I did get a yes. So the heart there's an implant in the heart that is blocking his ability to really sense his inner truth or what he wants to do in the world. Sound for the throat, his expression, just heard one big horn, like one note. And it's like, oh, someone has chosen this path for you, and it's going to be one story, one note, one harmony, like on point. Okay. That's how I interpret it. Somebody else can interpret it another way. All right. So enough of that. What is Matthias's gift to humanity? What does he offer people? When people listen to him, what do they receive from it? And this is beautiful, and you will recognize this immediately. And it's Gene Key 6 of diplomacy, and that he has the ability, when people are diplomatic, I have the ability to change my behavior, my and open myself up for a harmonious exchange with someone else, even if I don't agree with their stance, but I'm very gracious, and I allow um, another person to have yeah, an exchange with myself with an open heart. He's an open heart to another. He's good in the emotional body. And what else? Mm, yeah, when someone, and he creates this like level of peace, when he has, it's a really beautiful gift. You feel seen and heard by Matias. And someone mentioned in one of their comments on Robert Edwards Grant, in fact, asking for Matias, a reading on Matias, and like, oh, those two get along so well. Well, first of all, when I look at their soul contracts together, yeah, they have same numbers in some places, and that of course creates a bond, an energetic bond, where they both have this presence this kind of feeling of an invincibility. You feel light. You can feel you can actually feel their body. It's so strange. Even though Matias is having a hard time embodying beingness, you can feel their vitality, their passion. Kinesthetically, you can feel their energy, and they're all about opening themselves up to others. Now that self-confidence and self-assurance and that presence, that's a very, very powerful presence that they both have, can be catalyzing to others, either in an insecure way or helping people realize their full potential. But it's a very strong energy, and the fact that Matias has this ability to adjust himself, open his heart to others in whatever situation, being very diplomatic, creating peace. It's a beautiful gift. And I'm sure that's why people absolutely love him. And those two together, they're very complementary. They have a very nice feminine energy exchange between the two of them. Um, and this lifetime, he is, it doesn't matter, 400, awakening intellect, taking abstract concepts, bringing it into understanding, finding meaning in life, you know, becoming wise and yeah, finding beautiful meaning in life. That's what I got for the theme of his overall incarnation. And yeah, I kind of beautiful soul, manipulation, half truths, of course. This just is natural with New Age teachings. Um, I think he's beautiful, but I cannot listen because I feel the disresonance from inner truth to outer expression. And maybe that's what some of the other people see as well. Okay, that's all for now. Last video of the day. I bet you're happy.